G'day guys, welcome to 2021 and let's start off the year with Doctor Who, the New Year special, Revolution of the Daleks. I want to quickly discuss my thoughts on the latest episode. A highly anticipated episode for many long-time fans, as this marked the reuniting of Captain Jack Harkness and the Doctor. Now first, I need to establish that I wasn't a fan of Season 12 overall. There are some moments I enjoyed, and I loved Sacha Dhawan's portrayal of the Master, but I just didn't find myself coming out of each episode, week after week, saying I thoroughly enjoyed myself. The final revelation of the Timeless Child, I was not a fan of, and I feel the continuity has been messed with in a way that I don't agree with. I understand you can justify it, I just don't agree. However, one of the big reveals from last season was the return of John Barrowman as Captain Jack, and as a longtime fan of New Who, I found immense joy in seeing him on screen again. And knowing he would return for the New Year's special had me curious. Honestly, at the conclusion of Season 12, I found myself in a weird position as a fan, because I was losing interest in this show I've been watching ever since I was 5 years old when the show rebooted in 2005. So I came into this episode with a level of skepticism, thinking to myself, if I don't enjoy this, will I continue watching the show? Now, having seen the New Year's special, I have thoughts, so let's get straight into it. First, I really enjoyed seeing Jack on screen again. He just has such smooth charisma, and seeing an older version of the character interact with Jodie Whittaker was entertaining. The various callbacks were nice, and I appreciated every single one of them. The scene where Jack breaks the Doctor out of prison was really fun, and it was cool seeing a few classic villains we've encountered across the show. But of course, the main villain of this story, again, like last year, is the Daleks, and they have returned thanks to the British government. The new design looked cool, but in classic Dalek fashion, this new breed is not considered pure. So when we see the return of the classic gold Daleks, we have some fun action ensue. Unfortunately, we also had the return of that silly businessman character from the Spider episode in Season 11. There's nothing about this character I enjoy watching. I think he's ridiculous, and in this episode, there was just more ludicrous behaviour on his part. It's purposely designed that way, but I do not enjoy watching it. Chris Chibnall was once again the writer for this episode, and whilst I did enjoy the episode overall, I do feel the dialogue and story structure continues to be weak under his reign as showrunner. There were a few pacing issues in this episode, where we are trying to have important conversations between characters, but I just felt it came at the expense of the flow of the story. This has been a common issue through Jodie Whittaker's run, which is disappointing because she is doing a tremendous job of playing this famous character. Now, a big criticism of Chibnall's reign is the Team TARDIS dynamic. For the first time in a while, the Doctor has been travelling with a group, and whilst I thought this was a really good change for the show, I don't believe it's been handled very well. So it did come with disappointment when Graham and Ryan left the TARDIS. I'm not certain what the deciding factor was for their exit off the show, but to me, I am semi-interested to see what the direction the show will take with just Yaz and the Doctor, even though Yaz is one of my least favourite characters ever on the show. However, since the episode aired, it has been revealed that the actor John Bishop will be joining the TARDIS next season. So I anticipate he will be a replacement character for Graham, who very much so was the comedic relief. I'm glad Ryan and Graham got to leave on their own terms, because so often the companions have tragic endings. So I was satisfied with them leaving on a positive note. Something I am severely disappointed in is that Jack is not joining the TARDIS dynamic. At the end of the episode, he says he'll keep in touch, but if he was to become a season regular again, that would 100% keep me engaged in the show. So now we've come to my final verdict on the episode and the show overall. The New Year special was a good episode, and I enjoyed myself for the first time in a long time watching Doctor Who. However, this was the show's opportunity to reel me back in and keep me invested. I don't feel that has happened. But I will be honest and say I will be watching season 13 just to see how the story continues. There is nothing currently going for it that has me excited, but I am willing to give the show one last chance before calling it quits. I love this show, and I want to see it return to its storytelling glory, but I don't see any light coming over the horizon just yet. Let me know your thoughts on the trajectory of Doctor Who, and are you still excited for more, or are you slowly losing interest like me? I'm interested to see how the fanbase reacts moving forward, because this is a long-running show that continues to have potential, but I feel like it's losing more fans than it's gaining. We'll have to wait and see, and after the conclusion of season 13, we'll see what my stance is on the show. I just want to say once again, thanks so much for watching. If you did enjoy it, please hit that like button, it's good for the algorithm, and if you haven't already, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. I'll catch you next time.